For less than 5,000 pesos, this new budget release from itel doesn't try to look like a budget phone at all. This is the itel A200, packing some neat features like 120Hz display, a slim and light build, IP65 rating, and a design that honestly looks clean and premium than what you'd normally expect in this class. And in a market where budget phones usually feel like compromises wrapped in plastic bricks, these features already give the A200 a bit of an edge. But beyond the smooth display and trendy design, can this actually hold up as a proper daily driver? Let's find out in this review. Starting with the design, the itel A200 focuses mainly on looking modern with a splash of inspiration from the fruit company, which is kind of obvious with this comet orange colorway. Despite being an affordable phone, it doesn't immediately scream cheap from a distance, and honestly, that matters a lot in this segment. Looking at the back, you'll notice that it comes with a three-tone finish, which honestly looks nicer than its price tag would suggest. In the hand, the phone feels comfortable to hold for long periods. The flat sides, along with a relatively slim profile and lightweight build, make it easy to carry around. itel also added IP65 dust and water resistance along with military-grade durability, giving it more confidence for everyday use. Of course, this doesn't mean you should start washing the phone in the sink like a potato, but it does add some peace of mind against accidental splashes or dust exposure. For buttons and ports, the power button, which doubles as the side-mounted fingerprint sensor, and the volume rocker sit on the right. At the bottom, you get a USB-C port, a 3.5mm headphone jack, and the mono speaker is at the top. Going back to the power button, since it doubles as a capacitive fingerprint sensor, unlocking the phone is decently fast and reliable without needing to tap it multiple times. There's also face recognition for added convenience. Flipping the phone over, the itel A200 features a 6.75-inch HD Plus display with up to 120Hz refresh rate. itel didn't really specify what panel this is using, but I'm pretty sure it's an LCD. Now obviously, this isn't flagship level smoothness, but for a phone at 4,799 pesos, the scrolling experience genuinely feels nice and fluid during casual use. Browsing through Facebook, TikTok, or switching around apps feels smoother than what you'd expect from most entry-level phones. The bezels are thick, especially at the chin, but they're not distractingly huge either. The overall front still looks modern enough, except for the water drop notch that houses the selfie camera. It's not the brightest, I know, but based on experience, it is still usable outdoors with a fair screen visibility. For media consumption, it's decent enough for YouTube, Netflix, or casual browsing sessions. Colors look acceptable for its class, the larger panel helps make content feel less cramped, and it has acceptable viewing angles. The listening experience, however, is one of its weaker parts here. It only uses single mono speaker position at the top, and while it's usable, I often found myself pushing the volume close to maximum just to get a fuller sound. The audio quality itself leans a bit tiny and lacks punch, especially for music or games. Thankfully, the inclusion of a headphone jack helps balance things out if you prefer wired earphones anyway. Moving over to cameras, the itel A200 comes with a 13-megapixel rear camera and a 5-megapixel front camera. There's no denying that this is very much a budget phone camera setup. At first glance, photos can actually look surprisingly decent, especially in good lighting. Colors look vibrant enough for social media uploads, and the processing tries its best to make images look visually appealing. But once you start zooming into the details, the phone's limitations become pretty obvious. In daylight shots, the camera performs much better because the sensor doesn't have to work as aggressively. Colors look more natural, textures become sharper, and shots are generally usable for casual snaps. That said, the phone tends to slightly overexpose scenes to keep the image looking brighter. While that helps hide the grain and noise, it also means highlights can blow out pretty easily, especially on reflective surfaces or bright side. Low-light photography is where things fall apart more noticeably. The camera struggles with scenarios that need a wider dynamic range and often crashes darker areas into solid black just to hide sensor noise. If an object isn't properly lit, detail can disappear rather quickly. White balance also becomes inconsistent under colored lighting. Skin tones can suddenly take on weird tints depending on the ambient light around the scene. Selfies also tends to apply strong facial smoothing. Sometimes it looks acceptable, while other times it starts turning skin into melted candle wax. For video recording, the phone can actually shoot up to 2K at 30 frames per second using the rear camera, which is surprising at this price point. However, there's no any form of stabilization here, so footage can generally become shaky if your hands aren't steady enough. Video quality is usable under good lighting, but expectations still need to stay realistic for an entry-level phone such as this. Peeps, early Tech. Right now we're using the itel A200 and we're utilizing the front-facing camera. This one is shooting at 1080p at 30 frames per second. So tell us your thoughts about the camera capability of this phone. Performance-wise, the itel A200 is built mainly for basic daily tasks. The phone is powered by the Unisoc T7250 processor paired with either 3GB or 4GB of RAM. For normal use cases like messaging, social media, YouTube, or light multitasking, the phone is surprisingly manageable. Apps open reasonably fine, and scrolling around the system feels smoother than expected, largely thanks to the 120Hz refresh rate and a bit of software optimization. itel is clearly focusing more on making the experience feel smoother rather than chasing raw power. Looking at the benchmarks, the A200 scored around 3,700,000 in Antutu version 11 with an average frame rate of just around 3 FPS in 3D Mark Wildlife. So realistically, this is not made for gaming. Pokemon Unite already shows some lag even if it's set to recommended setting. Meanwhile, Call of Duty Mobile also struggles even low graphics. MOBA games like Mobile Legends remains playable for casual matches, though you can still notice occasional frame drops during heavier team fights. Mortal Kombat Mobile also runs with occasional lag during matches, especially once the skill effects starts piling up on screen. The experience is not the fastest since loading times occasionally take a while. And for heavier games, things become much more difficult. Titles like Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact, NTE, and Honkai Star Rail are either unplayable, crash frequently before you can get to the games itself, or can't even be installed properly in some cases. Thermals are manageable though. The device gets a bit warm during gaming sessions but never reaches a point where it becomes uncomfortable to hold. On the software side, the itel A200 runs Android 15 Go edition with itel OS 15 layered on top. The interface itself is fairly straightforward and easy to understand even for first-time smartphone users. Navigation is simple and animation remains reasonably smooth during lighter use. However, there's definitely a noticeable amount of bloatware here. Several pre-installed apps come loaded out of the box, and there are also occasional ads within parts of the system experience. Thankfully, some apps can still be removed if you want to clean things up a bit. Being Android Go edition, the system also feels lighter compared to the full Android experience, which helps the phone stay responsive despite its modest hardware. But at the same time, there are some limitations, especially once you start trying heavier apps or games. For casual users though, the software experience remains serviceable enough for daily communication, entertainment, and social media use. Battery life is actually one of the strongest areas of the itel A200. It packs a 5,000 mAh battery, and during normal use, it comfortably lasts through a full day, and standby drain is also decent. The phone lasted 14 hours and 47 minutes in our video loop test, while PC Mark battery life tests reached 14 hours and 56 minutes, which are respectable results for this category. Charging is handled through a 15 watts USB-C charger. It's not particularly fast by today's standard, but considering the price, it gets the job done well enough. Connectivity-wise, the essentials are here, including Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, GPS, USB-C, and the previously mentioned headphone jack. Now, with all that said and done, the big question is simple. Should you buy the itel A200? At 4,799 pesos, the A200 clearly understands what kind of audience it's aiming for. This is a phone built for users who mainly want a modern-looking device with a smooth display, long battery life, decent durability, and enough performance for everyday tasks without spending too much money. For that purpose alone, it does a pretty decent job. Of course, compromises are still very present. Gaming performance is limited, the cameras heavily rely on the software tricks, the mono speaker lacks depth, and the bloatware and system ads can get annoying. Then again, this is a sub 5,000 peso smartphone that we're talking about. And within that context, the itel A200 manages to deliver an experience that feels more polished rather than being cheap. But what about you? What do you think of the itel A200? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you find this video helpful, drop a like, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on our socials for more tech news and reviews. Again, this is Earl, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!